Prince Louis, the youngest and most beloved member of the royal family, has a special way of capturing everyone's attention with his sincere charm. While he shares a warm relationship with most of his family, there has always been a subtle intrigue surrounding his bond with Queen Camilla. There were fleeting moments that suggested a strong connection, but everything changed during a recent public appearance. Join us as we reveal how Prince Louis stunned the entire country with his royal bombshell message about Camilla, leaving everyone talking and eager to understand the new dynamics within the monarchy. Prince Louis, the youngest child of Prince William and Kate Middleton, is irresistibly adorable, charming, and mischievous, the perfect way to begin today's tale. Louis was born with all the regalia one would expect from a royal on a bright spring morning, April 23, 2018, at London's St. Mary's Hospital. There were gun salutes, bell chimes, and general national awe at the birth of the newest Windsor family member. Hearts were won over by Louis from the start. The name Louis Arthur Charles was chosen by his parents as an homage to a close cousin who was instrumental in the royal family's history, the late Earl Mountbatten of Burma, and as a hint to his grandpa, King Charles III, who is currently reigning. Louis, if his formative years are any indication, is more than capable of living up to the lofty expectations placed on him by such a young youngster. It goes without saying that his christening was a regal celebration. The Archbishop of Canterbury baptized Louis at the Royal Chapel at St. James's Palace on July 9, 2018. The pictures from that day are very sweet. His older siblings, George and Charlotte, were beaming with pride and clearly had a strong relationship as siblings. Although being the youngest child in a royal household isn't exactly a traditional way to spend childhood, William and Kate have made a concerted effort to ensure that their children have a regular family life alongside their royal responsibilities. While he was a little boy, Louis bounced around between his family's Norfolk rural hideaway, Anmer Hall, and Kensington Palace in London. According to his parents, Louis's energetic nature really comes out when the family is spending time together, whether it's in the garden, the kitchen, or even simply playing outside. In terms of public persona, Louis debuted in 2019 at Trooping the Colour. He showed that he isn't afraid of the spotlight, even at the tender age of 2, when he stood on the balcony of Buckingham Palace and waved joyfully to the onlookers. His passionate looks, fun manner, and a few of events that became internet memes kept him the show stealer at Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee festivities. The Wales family places a premium on education, and in 2021, Louis began his official education journey at Wilcox Nursery School. As he played with his friends outside Kensington Palace, the little prince flashed the same infectious interest and boundless energy that his parents have shown in all their public appearances. By 2022, the family was bracing itself for major changes. To give their expanding children more room and solitude, they moved to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor Home Park. Louis, George, and Charlotte all enrolled at the Berkshire Independent Preparatory School, Lambrook School, that same year. Louis has been a part of several significant historical events, even though he is still quite young. A new era began for the royal family after the death of Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022. Thanks to the Perth Agreement, Louis became the fourth in line to the throne when his grandpa became King Charles III. This was a historic moment since it meant that he would be the first British prince to follow an elder sister in succession, which had never happened before. Another monumental event for Louis occurred on May 6, 2023, when King Charles III was coronated. Along with his parents and brothers, he attended the occasion in pristine royal regalia, lending an air of youthful charm to the otherwise grandiose affair. The attendance of Prince George, the eldest brother of Louis, served as a more official reminder that the royal family will continue to be represented at this event. Being the youngest member of the royal family, Louis is naturally the most naughty. Prince Louis always manages to steal the show, whether he's making a mischievous expression at a royal function or attempting to blow out his sister's candle at a Christmas ceremony. The charming connection between him and his elder siblings Princess Charlotte and Prince George, lurks behind the smiles and giggles. Not only does being the youngest sibling give Louis a unique perspective on life, but the specific relationships he enjoys with his siblings also give him a distinct position in the family. His mischievous actions may get him the reputation of being the obnoxious younger brother from time to time, but let's be honest, he appears to take great pride in that distinction, and everyone loves him for it. Princess Charlotte is the one sister who Louis admires and may imitate a little too closely. Charlotte, who is just 8 years old, has assumed the unofficial position of dominant older sister. Charlotte is Louis's guardian angel. She watches over him at public appearances, making sure he follows royal procedure as best he can at the age of 6, and scolding him when he becomes mischievous. While taking the family to see Kate Middleton's yearly Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey, her protective side was on full show. Unfazed by the majesty of the ancient site, Louis, who was making his debut at the event, strolled assuredly with his siblings. Being accompanied by Charlotte made Louis feel as if he had a personal guardian angel looking out for him. Charlotte grinned and shrugged it off with the kind of tolerance only an older sister could have, even though he did attempt to blow out her candle as he was leaving. Their relationship has been developing since Louis was born, so it's not new. One adorable picture from Charlotte's 3rd birthday shows her holding little Louis in her lap and kissing his forehead. Her future self, the caring older sister, was evident even at an early age. They are still very close, even if their responsibilities have changed. Louis is more than happy to follow in Charlotte's naughty footsteps, whether they're helping out at baby banks or having a good time at a royal function. The future king, who is just 10 years old, has been gradually increasing his royal duties for quite some time. George and Charlotte were formerly a dynamic team, frequently seen together on family trips. However, George and Louis's connection has lately grown, developing into a delightful blend of friendship and mischievous antics. According to those in the know, Louis has gone from being the obnoxious younger sibling to becoming George's diminutive accomplice. Their time together has been growing, and they've been bonding over common interests, and naturally, getting into some mischief. It seems like mischief is in their blood because George and Louis are always getting into trouble, whether it's stealing goodies from the kitchen after dinner or playing practical jokes on their parents. Louis has a knack for bringing out George's fun side and reminding him that it's all right to be a kid occasionally, even if George is growing up quickly. During Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee festivities, their friendship was on full display, as George remained serene under the scrutiny of Louis's gigantic reactions. He obviously kept a close check on his little brother, making sure Louis didn't become too involved in the realm of royal anarchy. Louis's energetic nature extends beyond the confines of his house. He has now embarked on a new chapter in his path as the most outspoken member of his family by learning to play the drums. As Louis eagerly practices his abilities, Prince William, ever the sympathetic parent, joked about how he spends a lot of time with his fingers in his ears. Imagine this scenario. Louis is hammering away on his drum set. Charlotte is secretly envious of her brother's enthusiasm, but rolling her eyes. And George is being cool, but really wants to get in on the action. In spite of their royal position, the children of Wales are made to seem so accessible by these small encounters. And it's obvious that George, Charlotte, and Louis are more than just siblings. They're a formidable team when you see them all together. The three of them share an adorable and motivating relationship, from volunteering together to wearing identical costumes to royal occasions. Once again, the smallest children frequently discover the greatest delight in the most ordinary things, a tiny prince embraced by love, as Charlotte stepped up to the plate when Louis gawked at a King Kong toy during a recent trip to a baby bank. But there's something unique about Louis's relationship with the elder royal family members since he's the youngest member of the family. Even though he's the naughty third child who steals the show with his vibrant attitude and wicked smiles, Louis is cherished by his closest friends and family. Kate Middleton's extraordinarily tight relationship with her youngest son is well known. Kate, who is well known for her caring and supportive parenting style, has always managed to juggle her royal duties with an active role in her children's upbringing. As for Louis, if anybody can keep her on her toes, it's him. Louis clearly feels at home in nature, and Kate's passion for the outdoors is evident in her parenting. Kate and her children, particularly Louis, are constantly reminded to appreciate the little things in life, whether it's taking a stroll around the grounds of Adelaide Cottage in Windsor or lending a hand with gardening tasks. And we mustn't overlook her imaginative side. Kate frequently plans events that ignite Louis's enthusiasm and interest, thanks to her passion for baking and painting. People frequently say that Louis is the mischievous one in the family, and that Kate is the one who smiles the most at his antics. As any parent of an energetic youngest child will attest, Kate has a gift for capturing the essence of his antics. Whether he's twirling around the kitchen with Charlotte or struggling to keep up with his older siblings. The result is a treasure trove of family memories filled with joy, love, and a healthy dose of patience. It has always been a goal of Prince William's to be an involved father who also fulfills his royal duties. Louis has a very light-hearted relationship with his dad because he is the youngest. William has a great sense of humor, which Louis obviously takes after him, and he teaches his children the significance of being responsible and compassionate, qualities that he received from Princess Diana. While on the outside, William is seen directing Louis at formal gatherings. Sources say he's the one who laughs at his son's pranks first. Carol and Michael Middleton, Louis's maternal grandparents, offer the ideal refuge from the pomp and circumstance of royal life. When Louis visits the Berkshire home of the Middletons, he is able to let his guard down and enjoy being a kid again. Little Louis is really fortunate to have Grandma Carol Middleton's hands-on style, and she is famously devoted to her grandkids. Carol makes sure that Louis has fun doing things that kids his age love, like playing outside, making cookies, or helping out around the house with gardening. Aside from being a grandma, she is also a confidant, a playmate, and an infinite supply of hugs. Conversely, Michael Middleton adds stability and serenity into Louis's life. As a family, they enjoy peaceful moments together, or he takes Louis for walks in the park. Louis feels well-rounded thanks to his ties to the Middletons. They help him adjust to life as a member of the royal family, while also anchoring him in a more commonplace childhood. Despite his hectic schedule as head of state, King Charles III makes time for each of his grandchildren, including Louis. In his interactions with Louis, Charles frequently displays his deep love for the natural world and its preservation. Charles plays a pivotal role in passing on his principles to the next generation via sharing gardening tales, teaching him the significance of preserving the earth and instructing him about the royal family's past. Louis is still very little, but Charles is rumored to have a soft place for him. Like he does for George and Charlotte, Louis finds wisdom and love in his grandfatherly position, which creates memories that will endure. Despite the close relationships within the family, the queen consort Camilla is conspicuously missing from Louis's inner group. Nobody ever brings up Camilla when discussing Louis's closest ties, in contrast to the amusing and touching interactions he enjoys with everyone from Kate's parents to King Charles. Could this be a mere coincidence, or is there a deeper explanation? Prince William's animosity against his stepmother is widely believed to be the root cause of the rift between Camilla and Louis. Decades of tension have built up over their tangled past. And here's where things get interesting. Some people think William's sentiments are completely unrelated to this distance. What they really mean is that they believe kids, including Louis, are considerably smarter than we give them credit for. Children have an innate sense of when something is wrong, and it's possible that mischievous young Prince Louis is just trying to avoid Camilla. Remembering the tumultuous time in William and Camilla's relationship can help us make sense of this conflict. William has long simmering animosity for the lady who caused his parents so much public pain. This much is known. Just picture yourself as a little kid seeing your family disintegrate under the spotlight of Camilla's name that never seems to go away. William's apparent warmth and kindness for his stepmother conceal a much icy reality, and insiders have long warned that this hurt will not go away. William allegedly wasn't happy about Camilla's 2005 formal marriage to King Charles. He was devoted to his mother, Princess Diana, and her memory undoubtedly influences his affections for Camilla. Although they have coexisted for some time, their relationship is more akin to an armistice than love. Even while William now admires Camilla's commitment to duty, it doesn't imply he's prepared to lavish her with attention. His children appear to have noticed this as well. Despite the constant speculation of royal family strife, there have been occasions when Prince Louis and Queen Camilla seem to get along swimmingly. This may come as a surprise to you. Actually, royal viewers were left wondering whether there's more to their relationship than what they see, since some of these moments were so touching. Christmas is a good place to start. Day at Sandringham, a joyous day brimming with royal customs and festivities. As is his wont over the holidays, little Prince Louis drew admiring glances as the royal family made their way to church. A heartwarming moment unfolded when Queen Camilla and her 4-year-old son Louis strolled hand in hand, winning the hearts of people everywhere. Camilla talked to Louis as she put a gentle touch on his back and guided him forward as the family walked down the trail. Louis, who never fails to captivate, raised his charismatic face to meet hers, his eyes radiating both interest and kindness. There was a brief but meaningful moment of emotion when the step-grandmother and grandchild appeared to have a real bond. The sweetness of the encounter was remarked upon by onlookers. Even Camilla, who is usually quiet, appeared at ease with the mischievous young prince, and Louis, who isn't usually good at hiding his feelings, seemed totally at ease in her company. When Camilla went to a man's aisle, it was another incident that made headlines. The queen consort saw a mother with twin sons, who were both dressed in identical blue costumes, while doing her royal responsibilities. Camilla couldn't help but bring up her own grandson while admiring the children, playfully stating that he was quite a handful. The audience laughed at the statement since it was delivered with a smile. It was an open and approachable moment that demonstrated Camilla's humor and her understanding of Louis's flamboyant attitude. Although the significance of these instances is unclear. You wouldn't believe how famous Camilla is at knowing just what to do in a social situation. It would be understandable if her intention was to give the idea that she and Louis are very close, even though that may not be the case. Perhaps I'm exaggerating, but consider this. Prince Louis shocked the nation with a royal bombshell statement regarding Camilla. So, let's dissect this news story from 5 minutes ago. The lovely Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey, presided over by Princess Kate, was the beginning. Perfectly setting the stage for what would turn out to be the evening's most talked-about moment, the event was a joyous and welcoming celebration of love, appreciation, and unity. During the ceremony, attendees were asked to put their heartfelt thanks on red cards and display them on the kindness tree. The names of those who had been helpful to them this year were printed on each card. George, Charlotte, and Louis, the children of Wales, participated as expected. As they made their way inside the abbey with their parents, George and Charlotte delicately held their cards, making sure the blank side was facing outward. This way, they could keep their intimate remarks to themselves. Still, the youngest, the ever-enthusiastic and naughty Louis, exhibited his card with pride. "Thank you for Granny and Grandpa because they have played games with me." The poignant letter was written in the young prince's charming handwriting. It was obviously a reference to his maternal grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton, who are known to have a strong relationship with the young prince. From their seats, the Middleton family smiled with pride, and the message softened hearts and prompted smiles. Even though it was a touching moment, several in the audience were surprised that Queen Camilla was not mentioned. A joker once questioned Louis why he hadn't included Camilla in his plans. Unafraid to say what's on his mind, Louis spoke with an honesty that caught everyone off guard. Silently, he declared, "She's lying." The atmosphere in the room came to a standstill. Kate and William's expressions changed from surprised to perplexed, and their grins dwindled. Time seems to have halted for an instant. Kate leaned in close, her maternal instincts taking over as she said something to soothe Louis and put a reassuring touch on his shoulder. Camilla stood a few steps away, her face difficult to discern, while William looked shocked. It was obvious that Camilla had been taken unawares, but her expression swiftly turned into an unusual grin. After charmingly welcoming visitors and taking part in the ceremony, the queen consort suddenly found herself in the middle of a royal tempest. However, Louis had more to say, in his own unique manner, befitting a 6-year-old. He went on to explain in detail. She said she would play games with me, but when I went to her room, she shouted at me to go away and said I was being annoying. Then I saw her just sitting there, doing nothing. Up until this point, the audience had been laughing along, entertained by the childlike candor. But now Louis's remarks were hanging heavy in the air, and people started to perceive for what it actually was, a hint of what some had suspected all along. Camilla's real character appeared to be far less friendly and generous when the cameras weren't rolling. Why did Prince Louis make that daring and surprising remark about Camilla? Was it only a child's candor, or did he sense something more profound? Leave a comment and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this.